Hi friends, Depi Mazimba, Linjani Lonke, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining me on my channel, Wajira Madao. So I just want to wish you all a happy new year. It's 2020, it's the first Sunday of the year and I'm coming from church. As you can see, I'm in my church gear. So I just thought, let me send you guys a message. Let's have a little nice conversation, you know. My first video post in a mighty long time. Okay, so today, I thought let my first video be light-hearted rather than serious. We will get serious as we progress in the year. So maybe this video is not going to be more than 20 minutes. So if you can go get yourself a nice cup of tea, then we'll continue. Today, I'm going to be telling you guys about when I moved from Zimbabwe to the United Kingdom. So my move, me moving here, that's what it is what it is. I was born in Zimbabwe. It's in Africa, and I moved to the UK in the year 2000, summertime, well, UK summertime, in the month of August. And when we came to the UK, we were economic immigrants, so we didn't move from Zimbabwe for war reasons. We moved to England because the financial situation in Zimbabwe wasn't that great. So my mom came here to study and then become a professional, and then that's what made us come here. So when I was coming, I was at boarding school. So beginning of 2000, I went to boarding school. I'd never been to boarding school, and my boarding school was in the middle of nowhere. When I say the middle of nowhere, like even people in Zimbabwe, if I tell them where my school was, they're like, what? So yeah, that's how in the middle of nowhere my boarding school was. And I did 2 terms at that school. It was an amazing, I mean, the first few days was a bit weird because I'd never been to boarding school, let alone in the middle of nowhere. I'd always lived in the suburbs. So for me to go to the outskirts, that was something else. So come August holiday was the end of 2nd term holiday. Grandma, I lived with my grandma, God rest her soul, she's passed on now. She came and collected us from school like normal for school holidays. So I left my things. I left my trunk, my blankets, everything. And I said bye to my friends like, yeah, I'll see you next time. Enjoy your holiday. You know how you do. And then, yeah, grandma says, oh, you're going to England to visit your mom. I was like, oh, okay. Is it just a visit or are we moving there? And then she was like, well, you guys go and you see how you feel. If you want to come back, you come back. If you want to stay with mom, you stay with your mom. So obviously I'd always wanted to live in England, like since I was young, because my dad grew up in England, but then he moved back to Zimbabwe years like when our country got independence in 1980. So when he told me about England, I was like, I want to go to England. And when I used to watch Mrs. Bouquet and Fawlty Towers, you know, for me it was like, that's it, I want to go to England. You know, I always felt like England was going to be where I'm going to live. So I definitely knew that I was moving to England. So anyway, we did our rounds because we were not sure at that time that are we going to come back or are we not going to come back. So we just went around saying goodbye to all our relatives and the few friends that we could say goodbye to. And I just remember traveling up and down Zimbabwe saying goodbye to relatives, and they were so happy, so supportive, and it felt surreal. I don't know if you've ever had like an outer body experience where it feels like you're watching yourself. You're not in that moment. You're watching that moment. And that's just how it felt, like traveling, saying goodbye to relations. And I remember I met one of my relatives for the first time, and he drove us. He was the one who was driving us up and down, and then he passed away a few months after we moved to England, so I was really upset about that. Anyway, yeah, so we did our rounds, we said goodbye. It was really nice, you know. It felt surreal because at that moment in time I was uncertain. Am I going to come back? Am I going to stay in England? So I didn't know how to feel. Anyway, we boarded our flights at Harare International Airport, and this was like the old airport. If you've been to Zimbabwe or you grew up in Zimbabwe, it was that airport where you could go outside on the balcony and you see people getting on the plane and you're waving as the plane jets off. You know, it's that airport. In like, now we've got a bit more, it then later on got developed, but when I moved to this country, it was that old international airport. So sorry, I got a cold today, hence I'm drinking my lemon and ginger as I'm talking to you. So yeah, we boarded the flight, and I remember it was me and my two brothers. So I'm the eldest, and then I got a brother that follows me, and then obviously the baby of the house. And we sat on a 3-seater you know, section of the plane, and my other brother sat on the far end, and then the baby sat in the middle. And I just remember my little brother, sorry, I'm gonna cry, because do you know what, I want it to be light-hearted, but what you don't realize is when people come to this country or Australia or America, it's a big deal. It's not a small issue. So my little brother, the baby of the house, looked up at me, his big brown eyes, and he says, "Are we going to Mummy?" And I was like, yeah. Like, he could not believe. I guess all of us had just resigned to the fact that maybe we'd never see our mom again, or would never be able to see our mom. So for him to look up at me and be like, "Are we going to see Mummy?" It was very emotional for me, and I was just like, yeah, we are going to see Mummy. And I tell you, it was back then we used to have our own airline, Air Zimbabwe, so that was a straight 10-hour journey. We didn't have to do transit and use other people's airlines. We had our own airline. So I remember 10 hours I did not sleep. I did not sleep for that whole 10-hour journey, because I just could not believe that we're actually going to England, you know. And another thing, why when you were going to England, you didn't make a big deal about it. You didn't have a goodbye party, because you arrive at the airport, mate, they'll just be like, "Sorry, deported, you're just doing a U-turn." So obviously I think the anxiety was in me as well, that we might get there at the airport, then they say, "You're not, we can't allow you to come in, so you have to go back." So we arrived at Gatwick Airport and they were so nice, you know. They were so nice. We had like a flight attendant who took us to, you know, like accompanied us. I've forgotten what it's called when minors travel by themselves. So she looked after us, and then she took us through immigration, and she's like, "What are you doing? Why are you here?" And we're like, "Oh, we're here to visit Mom." And they're like, "Oh, okay, well, enjoy your stay." And then we now went through to the immigration, and the gentleman was like, "Hi," and we're talking to him, and he's like, "Are you from America?" We're like, "No." He's like, "Oh, your English sounds very American." Because the thing is, when you're in Zimbabwe, we watch more American programs. I think the whole of Africa, we watch more American programs. So when we come to England, or when we're speaking English, the English that usually tends to come out is American English. So he was like, "Are you from America?" We're like, no, we're from Zimbabwe. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" Like, "Oh, we've just come to visit." Now, when we came in 2000, not a lot of people were coming to England, you know. So I guess he was like, "What are you here for?" Like, "A visit. We're here to visit Mom." I was like, "Okay, well, enjoy your stay." He stamped our passports and we went through. And I was just like, yes. From there, it now hit me that, okay, now I'm in England. Yes, now I can celebrate. Because before, I was just so worried, like a knot in my stomach, and as the big sister, like, so if they turned us away, now I was gonna have to comfort my little brothers. So now that we've crossed and now we've gone past immigration, and then we're walking, we're excited. Then this little boy, he says to his mommy, "Mommy, why is she so black?" Yeah, I'm one of those people, like, if I'm in the sun, even when I go on holiday, I don't need to be under the sun. I just need to feel heat. I go 2-3 shades darker. That's me. That's the melanin, you know. The melanin needs to just feel some heat. Then I'm just all cooked. So obviously I've come from Zimbabwe where it's very hot. So I must have been black. And this guy was just like, he was like young. He was my age, I think 12 or 13. But he's like, "Mom, why is she so black?" But you know what? I did not care. I really did not care, because at that moment in time, I was like, bro, you do not know where I have come from. So you can be bothered by my complexion. You don't realize the kind of struggles that I've left behind. I have left pure struggles, you know, back home. I'm going to join my mother. I haven't seen my mother in a while. My dad had passed away a few years ago. So like, I was really excited just to reconnect with a parent of mine. So listen, if I'm black, I'm black. So anyway, so my mom and my auntie, my dad's sister, they came and collected us from the airport. And my mom, she was hugging us. She was so happy. And I was so happy to see my mom. I was thoroughly ecstatic to see my mom. And then they're like, "What do you want to eat?" What did I say? McDonald's. So we drove out of Gatwick and, you know, drove. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit underwhelmed when we drove out of the airport. I mean, the airport is beautiful, it's grand, technology is huge, but the minute you're just driving, it's just so underwhelming. Like, for me, it felt very grey compared to Zimbabwe, because Zimbabwe is all green and purple trees and orange, you know, like, it's just color. And then you come to England, it's just grey and green, and not green grass, green billboards and blue billboards. And I don't remember what color our billboards are that tell you that you're on M25, M4. They're blue. That's all. But it was just so grey. And I was like, am I in transit to England? Because this is not the England that I was picturing. The England I was picturing, like, I don't know. I was picturing, like, this place to be more beautiful than Africa. But as, like, aesthetically on the eyes, it's not that easy on the eyes, sorry. But you know what, I was just grateful to be here. So, but yeah, I remember being very, very underwhelmed that, oh, this is not what I expected. I expected it to be more, like, more color and more, as I said, like Africa. Anyway, the only thing that was different from Africa is our roads in England, like, they're well maintained and people follow the rule of law. So like, if the traffic light is there, you stop and all that stuff. But that, when I left Zimbabwe, that was still the case. So I'm not gonna make out like Zimbabwe wasn't that, you know. So anyway, we drove into McDonald's. I saw the big M. I'm like, I've been wanting McDonald's. I've heard about McDonald's. Now I'm gonna eat McDonald's. So, right, in Zimbabwe, when you order a burger, it's gonna be like that big. It's gonna be huge because, one, they're handmade and everything like that. So when we went to the counter, my mom and my auntie asked us, "What do you want?" So I was just like, "I want a double cheeseburger." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And then my mom ordered a Big Mac. My auntie ordered a Big Mac. My brother, he was like, "I'm gonna order a Big Mac." And then the baby of the house obviously had a Happy Meal. So I'm the only one who's ordered what? A Big Mac, a cheeseburger, double cheeseburger. I got that. This is what double cheeseburger looks like. Looks like it's just been slapped. That's what it looks like. Yet the Big Mac has got more to it. So everybody was eating their Big Mac and I had like food envy. I was just like, I wish I'd ordered the Big Mac. my slapped up double cheeseburger, and I remember the meat did not taste like meat. It was quite an awful taste. It was really horrible. I could not make sense of it. So I did not like that. I did not like that at all. So for me, I cancelled McDonald's. I was like, okay, wow, I'm glad I've tasted it. I'm not missing out on anything in McDonald's. So anyway, we finished our McDonald's. Obviously, I was bitterly disappointed because I ordered something wrong. I wish I had gone with the crowd, but hey ho, such is life. We got into the car and then we drove to where my auntie lives. So when most people move to England, some of them moved to London, some of them to up north. I apologize. I moved to Kent. That's where I moved to. Kent is one of the most beautiful places ever. So it was nice. It was a lot of greenery, a lot of farms, a lot of fields. So it felt okay. I thought, okay, I like the look of Kent. Still a bit underwhelmed, but I could live with it because I'm even till today I like fields. I'm an outdoor kind of person. I like the, you know, greenery. I can't live in the city. I'm not a city girl kind of person. So I liked it. It was beautiful, and we arrived at my auntie's house. So it was a semi-detached. So in England, semi-detached is a house where two houses will be together, and then there's nothing this side, nothing that side. So they're just two houses together. So that's the kind of house my auntie had. And then you have terrace houses. Terrace houses are the ones that are next to each other, next to each other, next to each other. And then you have detached where the house is standalone. So she lived in a semi-detached. It was a very beautiful house. It was big, and I was like, oh, okay, thank you, auntie. This is, I like this standard. I like this standard. So yeah, and I remember just having a bath, arriving. Obviously my auntie just letting me know, like letting us know that this is gonna be your new home. My mom lived in London whilst we lived with my auntie for a while, so she's like, this is gonna be your home, so be comfortable and everything like that. So we what do you call it, I went and I had a wash in the tub. My first proper bath in the tub in a mighty long time, and I just remember feeling grateful. And I'm always grateful, like, you know, I live my dream. I've always wanted to live in England, and for me to be in this country is a very humbling experience. It's every day, I never take it for granted. This country has been a home for me. It's been, you know, it's been more of a home for me than Zimbabwe. I mean, I'm Zimbabwean by blood, but I feel like England has just looked after me. I've done my education here. I've worked here. I've had a life here. I've made friends. I've met people, and I love England. I really love this country, and it's a blessing and an honor. And if you are in diaspora, and you know, never take it for granted, because there are people that are dying to come to England or to any first world country. So when we are living here, we have to be grateful, we have to be thankful, and every day I am thankful. And that's it. So I just wanted to share with you something light-hearted about when I first came to England. Yeah, I'd love to hear your stories about when you first came to England. And if you'd like us to do a video together, I'd love to do a video with someone to give me their experience of how they did it. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure having you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, press the notification bell for notices when I upload new videos. I am going to try and upload new content every week because I am honored to have people taking the time to watch my videos. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Enjoy yourselves. Live your life, because you only have one life. Thank you so much. Bye bye.